homelessness at times. And I just ask that if we're honoring the dead, we keep it on that subject. And I love you for all the good that you try to do and that you actually do, and for being yourselves.
Okay, I remembered like my whole ending sentiment, which is, oh my God, this year, a lot of you learned these names. And in us putting pressure, we have seen some outcomes. We have seen some change. And that is because we were able to take risks, and we were able to sit down and have the ability, the capacity, the right language, the time to do research to make some change. And it is not enough. There are a lot of groups who have formed just in the last 6 months or so that have pushed for this change. And in that way it has moved pretty fast. But we are not asking for just the decriminalization of people living outside. We're asking for a total system change. Imagine if all of us knew all of these names. Why does it take us knowing your experience so intimately? Why does it take trauma for people to understand the solidarity that prevents these deaths? We have essentially the same amount of names of people whose lives were lost that mattered as last year. In that regard, I feel we have done no better. I really thank the last sentiment. I think it's really important in the environment that we are in right now to, in some ways, not be isolating. Because this, to use the cliche, can happen to anyone. And it shouldn't just be some corners of the community making noise. It should be everyone who's had to work for a living. It should be everyone who's ever struggled to pay rent. It should be everyone who shows up to their social service job and gets free food for lunch because they can't pay until they get paid in a few days. I think we are going to close out this formal part. Ask if anyone's life has been impacted by homelessness who would like to say a few words to please join. And you can have the microphone now, or you can think about it after we all sing a song together.
Hi everybody. As Swift said, if anyone's life has been impacted by homelessness and they want to come up now, or you can come up after this next song. So I'll just leave a moment for that.
Times we marched down Capitol Hill, how many of our comrades have been arrested for simply protesting for human rights? How many have you seen?
Lost count. Lost count.
But what we did see was white privilege showing so. And we had politicians, news analysts saying,
There was politicians storming too.
This is not what America is. And we have to really open our eyes to what Black, Indigenous, and people of color are saying. Because we have been saying that if it was us, we would have been killed. When the BLM protesters marched to the Capitol, when they tried to march to the Capitol this summer, there were so many armed security would have shot anyone that they dare step foot in this six. They would have shot and killed them. And these white terrorists feel like they can get whatever it is that they want, and they don't suffer any repercussions. And what we need to really understand is not all racist beings look like hillbillies from the South. I lived in the South. You know what those people really look like? They are our lawyers, they are judges, there were politicians that were...
Yeah, there was politicians storming that shit too.
Owned a large grocery store in Louisiana in predominantly black neighborhoods that was out there protesting.
Chad, you go home. You go somewhere
They are
else.
supervisors. These are people that work in tech. These are people that work in grocery stores. These are people that work in factories. And let's be very clear. What happened on Capitol Hill, in the Capitol, on Wednesday, shows why we should abolish the police, because they let them in!
Facts! Facts!
This is why the police state will never work, because it is filled in a white supremacy, and it is filled with bigots! Every
Facts!
single branch of every police department has a racist bigot in it!
Facts! 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 Talk that shit.
So we have to continue to fight. We have to keep applying pressure to let them know we mean business. Because those people showed them that they meant business. And guess what?
Facts.
That's not going to deter black, brown, and indigenous people from marching to the streets fighting for the rights, because they're the people that are oppressed.
Facts.
They're the people that are suffering under the hands of those white parents.
Chad, bye.
BIPOC people have been just fighting for the right to live.
Not today.
And the fact that those people that marched in the Capitol said this is their country is crazy to me, because this is indigenous land. Every ounce of America is indigenous land. This is not their country. This is
You're
not their
welcome.
country. They didn't build this either. Black people built this. Black people built this, and all of our other people of color built this as well. They did not build shit. They can't even pick their own fruit.
Hey, Kathy.
They couldn't
Facts.
even pick their own veggies. They
Facts.
couldn't even mow their own lawns.
Facts.
Clean their own houses.
Facts.
Because guess what? BIPOC people are the reason why America continues to fucking thrive.
Facts.
Because we're putting our voice on the line
Facts.
to make a fucking dollar.
Every day. This is the nightly
We
beat.
have the people
Black
that are
Action
fully
Coalition
oppressed,
March.
And we're marching out. When we're marching, we are marching for something. We are marching for reimagining a better tomorrow for our kids, our kids.
Yeah, not today.
The people that march there, they are only marching for their self-interest, to keep control, to keep their fucking boot in our necks. And I say, fuck that!
Fuck that!
We are not going to continue to keep allowing them to do this. And another thing I want to say too, before we move, politicians will not save us. They will save us. I don't care if they're Democrats. They will not save us. Because there are politicians that were marching with them as well too. And they have their own self-interest. They have their lobbyists and everything that fill their
Hey, Jen.
pockets. So do not think politicians will save us. Do not think Biden and Kamala Harris is giving those people a start. Because they will not save us. They have some where they're in control.
I know.
That's the way of Biden themselves is showing us what it's doing.
There's like a couple babies.
Not gonna lie, I think I'm baby crazy.
Immunity will save us.
What's wrong with
We
me?
will save ourselves. All of us.
Yes! Yes!
So that's all I got to say for right now. Because that was just a lot I had to get off my chest. Because the news upset me so that it made me cry to think about the people that have lost their lives fighting for justice. Summer Taylor was fighting for justice. So many people that were killed this summer were simply fighting for justice.
Right, Jen?
And I know this may not be right. were at that building when these happened to them. I know it hurts for their families. I know it hurts for their friends. But black, indigenous people have been
It is a big
slaughtered
crime.
for over 400 years.
Talk that shit.
Slaughtered for over 400 years. We're trying to stay sane and trying to just keep going. But fuck that. We ain't gonna keep going. We're not gonna keep going the old way. We're doing the new way. We're starting over a whole new revolution.
That.
This year, 2021, is the time to enact change.
Yes.
Fight for what's going on. To put aside any differences
Oh my
that we
god, I
have.
literally blocked somebody and I think they came back again because they're a stalker.
They are armed and they are ready to declare war on us. And we all have to stick together because we will save ourselves.
Yes. Big time.
Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious day that grace appeared, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, we have already come. Was grace that brought us safe this far, and grace will lead us home. Well, we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. We know less days to sing life's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Thanks, y'all. Good night.
a revolution! It's a revolution! Middle fingers to the law! Say no, no to the po-po! Say fuck 12, say fuck ICE! Say fuck 12, say fuck SPD! Say fuck 12, say fuck ICE!
Are y'all tired? Are y'all tired? I don't know. I think I'm out chatting some of y'all. Y'all sound like I getting quiet on me. Y'all getting tired?
No! No!
Just getting started, ain't we?
Yes!
Make some noise. Come on.
We're just getting started. Yee!
Over 400 years of colonization, genocide, slavery, medical malpractice. This is what we're out here for. To expose these big corporations, banks, and all other types of businesses who are out here who got their hand in the fucking pot, who are benefiting from genocide and slavery. This is what we're out here for. We're here to expose them. SPD ain't nothing but a fucking pawn. And that's what the fucking call the damn public service. Niggas got too goddamn happy. But now we in their ass, and they don't like it. And we gonna continue and keep our foot in their ass because shit, we ain't going for it no more. I can honestly say we have successfully smashed these motherfuckers to the point that we ain't scared of these motherfuckers when we see them no more.
Facts.
You know, shit, when I'm out and about on my own and I see anyone pulled over, I'm pulling over. What the fuck is going on?
Facts.
Is everything alright? I mean, this is the shit that we talk about when we get our community. You know? This is the stuff that we gotta do. Just somebody checking in. When somebody's having an encounter with an officer to save somebody's life. You know, we thought it was smart to just pull out your phone and record, but you see that doesn't do nothing. They still continue with the act. And then they still don't be held accountable. So yeah, start getting up close and personal. We done been there with them. They shaking. They about a couple hundred, few hundred cops less than what they had when all this shit started. And this is thanks to every single one of y'all that's been out here. So just keep that in mind. When we really say who has the power, we say we got the power like we really do. This shit is shaking. This shit is trembling. So let's continue to educate ourselves, educate our neighbors, our family members, you know, so we can get everybody on the same wave. Because when this shit happens, we on the right side of history. We'll all have our names written in books.
Facts.
Whose lives matter?
Black lives matter!
Whose lives matter?
Black lives matter!
Now let's get moving. Whose lives matter?
Black lives
Chris over here on his little megaphone. size crowd. Amish streets. Amish streets. Amish
There are many people that work small. Some are all about charity, at Black Action Coalition. We're all about, making sure that we care for everybody. So, there you go. And so please give it up for these two Black women. That would like to share with you what's going on and what oppressed people are really going through. So, let's give them a round of applause. Please, make it good. Hi everyone, my name is Fadila. I come from the ethnic minority of Tigray from Ethiopia. So Tigray is currently the northernmost region of Ethiopia. It has a population of 10 million people, and those 10 million people are currently at risk of genocide. This is another Rwanda in the making, and I'm here to bring attention to the cause so that nobody can claim ignorance. This has been an ongoing issue for the past 2 months. On November 4th, the government of Tigray declared a full-scale war on the people of Tigray for simply exercising their constitutional right to vote. The government of Tigray is run by dictator Abiy Ahmed, and he has colluded with dictator Isaias Afwerki of Eritrea to commit a full-scale genocide in Tigray. A couple months ago, we were supposed to have our national elections, and Abiy Ahmed decided to cancel his elections and remain in power despite the fact that it was his time to go. He knew that we didn't want him anymore. He was scared.
What does that sound like? Okay.
And the people didn't go for it. The people of Tigray still held their regional elections. And in reaction to that, the government of Tigray committed a full-scale genocide. For the past 2 months, the people of Tigray have been cut off. There's been a telecommunication blockade. We have not been able to talk to our families for 2 months. Phones, internet, banks, air travel, roads, everything has been cut off. There's 56,000 people who have fled to Sudan seeking refuge, and the rest that are now trying to enter Sudan have not been allowed to because Ethiopian troops are at the border sending them back. There has not been any food or water given to these people for the past 2 months. There's 4.2 million people who are currently in need for emergency aid that don't have it. 2.3 million of them are children, and 2.5 million people are internally displaced. This is a crisis on the hugest scale. I'm terrified for my people. I have families and relatives that I know personally who have been murdered currently, and it breaks my heart because the people of Tigray are peaceful people. They're not people of violence. We're here seeking peace, and we've been urging the international community to intervene for peace talks and to open the humanitarian corridor into Tigray and save these people, to save the children, to feed the children. And it breaks my heart that the international community has not responded in the way that we need to. We need to apply economic pressure on Ethiopia to back out of the war and seek peaceful results, because what they're doing right now is another Rwanda in the making, it's another Yugoslavia in the making. And it breaks my heart. I really hope that you guys, I have these flyers here that break down everything. If you guys have time, please come and pick one up. It'll educate you guys a little bit more on what's going on and give a good breakdown of what's happening. But I'm glad that I was given the opportunity to speak, because
the right to vote is something that America has fought for, or has claimed to fight for all over the world. So the fact that it's now being infringed upon in Ethiopia, the American government needs to step in like they stepped in before and protect the people's right to vote. Because that's the only thing we have, is we the people need to be able to stand up and fight for ourselves, and if we don't have that simple right to be able to speak on our behalf, there's nothing we'll be able to accomplish. And that's exactly what we're trying to do in Ethiopia, in Tigray, and we're being punished for it, murdered for it. They're attacking infrastructure, bombs, hospital, mosques, churches. They're demolishing everything. You know, Tigray is one of the most oldest civilizations on the planet. So this isn't just our history; it's human history that they're getting rid of. And I really need everybody to really feel my pain here, because it's really breaking my heart, guys. What they're doing is not okay. And I really hope you guys really hear me when I say this. It's not okay. And I really appreciate you guys giving me this platform to speak on it. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Please give it up for this young woman that came up and spoke. We have another speaker that would like to speak, but I really just want to emphasize, sorry, because what she said made me cry. When she said Rwanda, it made me think of the movie Hotel Rwanda, and seeing what happened with those people. I know it was just a movie, but it was a depiction of what real life is like. And black and brown people are suffering all over this globe, and the fact that people are being murdered for just simply saying they want to vote. And I know my people died to get the right to vote. It just really touched me. So if you can, please make sure you pick up a flyer. Please make sure you do research and really get the education out there, and find ways that we can really help these people. Because if we're talking about we want a new change, we want a new society where everybody's taken care of, it's not just here, it's globally. So we have to think of a global scale, because black and we're talking about we want a new change, we want a new society where everybody's taken care of. It's not just here, it's globally. So we have to think of a global scale, because black and brown people are always oppressed all over the world. Anti-blackness is global, and what is happening to those people is not right. So we have to do it upon ourselves to do research. Black Action Coalition will post flyers and more research, just to let you guys know, because just, seeing that, hearing that, it just really does break my heart. So we have another person that would like to come up and speak. So please give it up for them. It's not easy to get up here. Woo! Have to calm down. Thanks again for coming out. Again, you guys, I know this week again was another morale blow as far as watching a whole bunch of fucking white people walk up to the Capitol steps, walk in and disregard the quote-unquote people's house, which we could more formally call the white people's house, because that's what it is. We could not have done that, right? BLM could not have walked up to those steps and had that same reaction. We wouldn't have made it to the steps. We wouldn't have made it past the barricade. So I am grateful that you guys are out here, because I am beat. I'm spiritually fucking beat this week. And I spent yesterday processing, and I spent today shedding some tears, which is a healthy response to when your nation is falling apart and you feel like you don't have any power or autonomy. So it really is important that you guys stay out here, even if it just means that it gives somebody else in the movement motivation to continue to do so. Who is familiar with Leonard Peltier? Okay, he's going on his 4th decade in federal prison for the murder, quote-unquote, of 2 FBI agents who he wasn't there for. He wasn't actually at this shootout that happened on Pine Ridge Reservation. His girlfriend at the time was coerced by the FBI to write a statement saying that he was. He's been in jail for fucking 4 decades, and he had nothing to do with the crime. So it's things like that, right? That I can see a man he was protesting for. He was a member of the American Indian movement, protesting for Native rights in the 70s, in the 60s, asked there by other natives because he had some name power, right? Like he had a little bit of motivation behind him, and that was working for him. Yet it didn't matter when it came down to it, because he was still labeled and tagged with a murder that he didn't commit. Who knows Ned Tilson? Nobody. All right. I'm not surprised. There are not many people that know Native Americans in this country and what they do and what they stand for. So that's a guy that stood up for Standing Rock. And that, I think, is why I'm more emotional this week, is because there were people that lost limbs due to hypothermia when they were sprayed with water cannons at Standing Rock. They were tear gassed, they were met with rubber bullets, they were physically injured. Somebody lost an eye out there. I think somebody might have lost an ear. Either way, the treatment that Native and Black people get in this country compared to that of white fucking Americans is deplorable. It's deplorable, it's despicable, it's disgusting. And it honestly makes me sick to a place in my body that I can't understand. So Nick Tilson did some prison time over that. He's looking at 17 years, which he may or may not get. The funny thing is, all these people that rushed the Capitol building the other day, they saw a judge yesterday through Zoom. They were all told that their court dates are going to be in June. They were all asked to stay out of Washington, D.C. When their lawyers argued they need to go through D.C. to get back to Florida or back to their shitholes wherever they live, where they're from, they were told, okay, just don't go back to the Capitol building, right? And Leonard Peltier can't get a room outside of a fucking jail cell right now. That's the disparity that we talk about when we talk about racism and the unfair treatment and how unequal things work in this country. Those people will come back in June. They'll get a slap on the wrist. There were murders that happened at the Capitol building, actual legitimate murders. Who knows if we're ever going to find their killers, right? Like of the cop that died due to his damages from a fire extinguisher. The woman who was shot in the neck, by cops. So they, of course, will not see jail time, right? And a guy that tased himself in the fucking balls and died of a fucking heart attack. Rest in peace, soldier. But we want to see consequences for that. I doubt that they will. I don't think that they're going to. And I don't know how to change that, right? I know if there's a cop around here right now, I know there's some cops in there, right? You guys know 6 cops at least were there off duty at that protest on Wednesday. 6 motherfucking cops went to that goddamn rally, showed their badges, walked past the barricade, and were able to enter that fucking building where people died. That means 6 of them were corrupt and complicit. How many of you here at West Precinct are corrupt and complicit in your racism and your white supremacy?
Every last fucking one.
How many of you are covering for another officer that said some really illegal shit here in Seattle? All of you. Why? Because you're still on the force. If you haven't quit it yet, it means that you are complying to the illegal activity. The domestic violence, the extortion, all of the beatings that's happened while the cop has been on or off duty. You have sat by and watched while your union has protected them over and over and over again.
Down with fog.
Down with fog.
Fog!
The most
Sergeant
powerful country is any police union. And none of you are interested in changing it. Not from what I've seen. So, when you rest your heads here at night, you go home and feel good about the duty that you have done serving the city of Seattle. Remember that at least 6 fucking officers walked into that building on Wednesday and committed tyranny and treason on this country. And that you are just like them. You are not a speck different. So fuck you, SPD.
I just wanted to read off some information from Divest SPD.
about some of these officers at the West Precinct. Like, for example, Officer Zalt Dornay, who makes a projected $130,000 a year. 1995, Dornay held a gun to a man's head in a road rage incident. Nothing happened. He didn't even get suspended for that. 2003, Dornay and several other officers beat a 65-year-old Haida man who suffered a ruptured spleen and nearly died. He was suspended for, oh no, he wasn't suspended at all. 2005, Dornay and several other officers strip searched 3 men in the same room. 2006, Dornay instigated a brawl outside of the bar and shot someone. This was off duty. They covered the charges. 2010, Dornay was convicted of drunk driving. He was suspended for 30 days. 2013, Dornay spun donuts on his neighbor's front lawn. He was suspended for just 30 days. In 2015, Dornay beat a handcuffed man in a holding cell. He was suspended for another 30 days. So he has broken the law over 10 times, shot, beat somebody naked, and he's only been suspended maximum 90 days, and he keeps getting promotions. And he's also one of the lead officers in the protest unit. Then we got Lieutenant Laura I can't say her last name, Alcantara. She was disciplined in 2015 for an incident when she was caught on camera calling a suspect a fucking Negro. In her defense, the blonde hair, fair skin, Lasha says she considers herself a person of color. While investigating the case, OPA found that she had also lied about a news crew rifling through the suspect's vehicle. Due to presumed penalty for dishonesty is termination. She was saved by the statutes of limitations set by the SPA contract. Another reason why we need to abolish the police union. That's all I have for today.
All right, you guys. We just have 3 different speakers that came up here just to share a little bit what's on their heart and what is going on. And I want to say thank you to them for enlightening us and teaching us all. Because every time I come to a Black Action Coalition march, I do learn something. And, you know, that's always good. All right? I love dogs. I got distracted by the dog. I love dogs. I just love them. Yeah. Chris wants to talk about what we're saying, of course. Yeah.
I want to shout out Officer Mailer that's in that car over there.
Fuck you, Mailer.
Fuck you, Mailer.
In 2017, he and his partner were reprimanded for mishandling a sexual assault accusation against a former King County Sheriff, John Juricon. In violation of SPD policy, he flagged the incident as a disturbance instead of sexual assault. The woman who brought the claim, a former sheriff's deputy who had worked under Dr. Hartnett prior, self-reported a mental health issue to Baylor, who decided to treat the incident as a crisis call. From 2014 to 2018, 13 OPA complaints were filed against Baylor, including 2 for biased policing and 1 for excessive force. They got us told us over there in the corner.
They're harboring abusers. That is what harboring abusers looks like.
If we're going to talk about harboring abusers, SPD harbors abusers every single day. We have to call them out and learn information. I know many of you guys are on Instagram. Definitely check out that SPD because they give us a lot of information because These abusers, these people that have mental health issues, are the same people that have a gun that are supposed to protect and serve us, but they're only protected and serving their best interests, and they need to be removed. STD needs to be abolished. Nothing can come good from this system. More than things can come good from this system. And we're over here peacefully protesting, and we're spitting nothing but the truth. And guess what? They don't like the truth. They hate the truth. And we are going to continue to put the truth in their face and let them know we no longer want them employed to protect and serve us. It's time for the community to protect and serve. When the community takes care of each other. I wanted to say one more thing before we go. We are in a new year, yes? 2021, yes? Can I hear yes? This is the time where we really need to start practicing what we imagine this community to look like. Now is the time for us to put our actions instead of our words. We need to use action instead of words. It is time that we really truly come together because, I don't know if you guys have heard about the 4 Negroes that came out of Seattle. Larry Dawson, who was a black man, there was a native man, indigenous man, and an Asian man, came together to fight against poverty that is happening in their neighborhood. And they were able to gain resources and legislation and things like that for their people because they all came together. And I know many of us have different ideologies. We are not always going to agree on the same thing. But what we cannot do is to continue to go on with the mishandling and mistreatment of our brothers and sisters because all of us are needed for this fight. Every single one person that is on the side of justice, on the side of social justice, needs to be here. And what we cannot do is to ostracize, bully, and ban people who have simply made mistakes. And guess what? I can speak as a black woman. I have made so many fucked up mistakes. I have said so many fucked up things. I have done a lot of dumb shit. I cheated, I lied. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I have been that person, and guess what? It took my family and friends to correct me in a loving, nurturing way to guide me. And I'm still learning. We're all unlearning white supremacy. We're all unlearning these colonized ways. And guess what? It's a journey. Education is a journey. Most of us didn't just graduate, high school when we first got to kindergarten, right? It was a journey where it took us years to learn. And it took us a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of study. And what I do not want from this movement going forward in Seattle is for us to ostracize and bully people who have made mistakes. Because when I'm talking about justice for everybody, I'm not just talking about criminal justice. I'm talking about restorative justice and what that truly looks like. And how we truly need to make sure we're loving and caring of people who need help, who need to be educated, who need to be taught that things are different. And what we're not going to do is be internet thugs and bully people. Because we don't want that. Because guess what? That's what the police do to us every single day. They bully us. So why should we do the same way that they do it for our justice? Because we know what they're doing for justice that is wrong. Why would we make the same mistakes that they're making? It is not going to allow us to have forward going further.
Elena!
Get over here, because I'm not going to use it. You can get signal on
I'm going to go buy a tent or two. Can find some cheap ones on there.
That inequality is not acceptable anymore. Not having equity for everybody is no longer accepted anymore. Abusing citizens is no longer accepted anymore. Racism is no longer accepted anymore. We're done with that. we want social justice for everybody, but we want to do it in the right way. And we do not want to continue to go into SPD's logic of banishing people, of brutalizing people. We are not going to do that. We are living in a new time, and we want to imagine a new world where there is a new form. Alright, get it up. We got another person that's coming.
My name is Christian Connor. I'm a United States Marine Corps veteran. I'm also African American. I just got back from New York, but I wanted to share part of my story, which I haven't been able to share. There is a woman, Erica Fodina, that works for public health. She's a white woman. She is racist. I knew her about a year, and she had told everybody that I was an abuser. She hit me, laid hands on me, poisoned me, everything in the book, and then told the police that I did it all to her. She also took up and they needed a white ally for public health for black voices. This woman is known for her entire grad school classmate to confront her because that's how racist she is. And I'm here to say that these police arrested me, threw me in jail, threw me on the street for this woman's crime because she played victim. The things she did to me, she said I was her. I did not have due process. And I'm here to say that I was.
Thank you for clarifying, Bennett.
Write me off in the court to hear what I have to say. So I want the domestic violence laws to change, and I hope that you guys can hear me. I'm still here. I'm still here.
Thank you. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to circle but for right now, just make a lot of fucking noise. Make them irritated. Make a lot of noise.
Like the Seattle police are joining in on the fun. They appear to be flashing their lights in some version of solidarity. So if y'all got nothing going on tonight, It's not too terribly chilly. And there's a really big, well, a decent-sized crowd out here tonight with a bunch of cars for Car Brigade. And there's legal observers. There's a bunch of instruments and kiddos with their families. Definitely a family-friendly event. So if you want to come on out, we are on 8th and Virginia.
When an indigenous life is under attack, what do you do? When an indigenous life is under attack, what do you do? When an indigenous life is under attack, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? When all laws are under attack, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Basic fucking human decency. When any life is being threatened, you stand the fuck up and you fight back. Basic human decency. No more watching people take their last breath while they're being held down by bitch-ass police officers. No more when we're out here peacefully protesting and they get to putting their hands on us and we don't do a goddamn thing for our comrades that's getting snatched. Understand that. When you chant those words, stand up and fight back, that's what you should be doing. You should be coming and running down the fucking aisle like a WWE superstar. That's how you should be goddamn coming for your ass. Everybody always goes Superman. That's what we do. When a black flag is under attack, what do you do? Stand up like that. What do you do? Stand up like that. What do you do? Stand up like that. Fuck 12, we'll do a day one. 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 Fuck 12, we'll do a day one.
Ellen, that's a really great question, and I would love to know more about if any participated in the riots at the Capitol. Unfortunately, I did not get to hear more when they were speaking, so, but I'll try to find out. I'll try to find out. It's still early on in the week, and I'm sure a lot of information will come out in the days to come regarding who was where when. But if and when I find out, I'll post in the comments. But I mean, does it really surprise any of us that there would be police officers in the crowd at the MAGA rally? I mean, come on. We saw all the videos of them opening up the barricades and letting people walk through the Capitol. We saw the selfies. I feel like I've become a bit of a meme page, and so I wanted to make sure I switch it up a little bit. Come out and show my support while I'm still here. We'll go up to the light. What a week it's been, though, you guys. I can't lie to you. I'm actually really enjoying 2021 so far, despite all the fuckery. It's very validating. And today's news with the Twitter suspension is the cherry on top of the fascist cake. So. Oh, Jamie, I've just been shit posting on my Facebook account for the last, few weeks, it seems, and I haven't live streamed anything. So, mostly because there hasn't been a need, but I don't want to just become a need page. I think I'm funny, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't. So, trying to do something substantive in the community as opposed to shit posting on the internet. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. We are marching from the West Precinct back to, I believe, the Capitol Hill neighborhood, right around Seattle Central Community College. In the speakouts that I observed and was listening to, it was somebody claimed that 6 officers from Seattle Police Department allegedly were in D.C. I'm not able to confirm that, hence I wrote the word allegedly in the description. But I'm just as curious as y'all, and you have just as much information as I do at this point. That's right, Max. These digital streets are mean. I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm absolute garbage at Twitter. Like Facebook, I got on luck, but Twitter, I'm trash. At Instagram, don't even get me started. Shameless plug, if you guys want to throw me a follow on Instagram, I would appreciate it. My social media presence is a bit lacking. And when I get down to LA, they're very, very Instagram focused. So, yeah, throw me the follow. Thanks. I mean, I'll post a tweet that I think is like solid. I'm like, oh, this is quippy, this is funny, this is smart. And then it's like flop every time. Every time. And then Instagram, I feel like you can only get, a steady following on there if you're like a supermodel or something. So, good luck. Hashtag resign Mike Solon. Yes, thank you. If you're on Twitter, please tweet something out or find the hashtag resign Mike Solon and get that trending. Hang out for like 8 more minutes and then we'll do the anthem. Good thing there's no federal buildings around here. This is a really violent group of insurrectionists about to do some sedition work. Hey, thanks, Joe. You're a real one. No, seriously. Anybody I talk to in Los Angeles when I'm down there, it's like they have a minimum 10,000 Instagram followers. And I'm like, the fuck? Me and my measly, whatever lonely number I have. I swear I'm going to get there and have zero social currency. So I appreciate you guys out of time.
Housing is a human right. 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 Free our kids and cases.
Ellen, thank you for checking Twitter. It was a couple of folks from the Black Action Coalition that had said that, so I'm gonna maybe sync with them offline and ask them for any follow-up information so I can share it with you guys here. I was hoping there would be more speak-outs about that, but then they got to marching pretty quick, and unfortunately I wasn't able to capture it. But I'm gonna try to follow up for you guys because I think it's really important to know. Because I want to put these police officers on blast. And if you guys haven't been out for a while like me, you need to come out. The Black Action Coalition marches every single Friday. They start around like 6 o'clock p.m. at Seattle Central, and they make their way around. They go to different spots, but they're a great group of folks. It's once a week for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Why not? We've got nothing else to do. The bars are closed. We're in a pandemic. Put on your mask. Bring your kids. Bring your dog. Bring your cat. Whatever you got. Come out and enjoy the fun. I'm going to continue marching with these folks for a little bit. I'm going to probably end the live stream. But please come out on Fridays, you guys. Because this ain't over. We already almost had a coup attempt. Well, we did have a coup attempt. But you know what they said? I read a tweet that said, if you follow history, a unsuccessful coup attempt is usually followed by a successful coup attempt. So this isn't going away anytime soon just because Trump has his Twitter suspended. This is something we're going to have to deal with for the months and, likely years to come. So hopefully we'll see you out here next Friday. I will end the stream for now. Follow up with any information I find. You guys have a good night. Peace, love, and solidarity. Take care, guys.
That was so random. Is he part of the protest? Free our kids in cages! Free our kids in cages! Free our kids in cages! Is that what he said? I think so. Free our kids in cages! Free our kids in cages! Yee! He's so cute! Oh my god, he's so cute! They need to make a doll out of him. Oh my god. So cute. Quincy. This guy's kid is so cute. so cute, Joe. Oh shit, SPD's back there, assholes. Fucking SPD. Fuck SPD. Wasting more tax dollars. Can you zip up my backpack, please? Thank you.
Well, we don't do what they tell us.
Fuck 12, say fuck SPD. Fuck 12, say fuck SPD. Fuck 12, we don't do what they want. Middle fingers to the law. Middle fingers to the law. No good cops in a racist system. No good cops in a racist system. Cops in a racist system. No good cops in a racist system. No good cops in a racist system. No bad protesters in a revolution. Exercise. No good cops in a no bad protesters in a revolution. No good cops in a racist system. Hey, what's up? How you doing, homie? I'll see you later. Good, how are you? Good to see you. You can't stop the revolution. I haven't seen that guy in hella long, Brandon. You can't stop the revolution. It's not the solution. STD is not the solution. Revolution! 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 Come on, revolution! 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 We're gonna start a new revolution, diddy bop. Revolution! 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 That's what he's saying, right? Yay! Come on today. On the other side of the coin, you got these motherfuckers right here. Just enjoying a cocktail or something. I don't even know. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, no. Yeah, nice to meet you.
The boy said, Opa!
Bitch. That means your mask Your mask can't help it, I'm telling you that. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. I forget to catch you all the time. I don't B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Damn, but you're needy today. I know. Fuck you.
live stream. Carmen Best is out here speaking up against Mike Solon right now, trying to tell him to get to resign. Right. Just a little info for y'all.
Future Christmas for y'all.
Brigade. And how about for our medics? Night Brigade. All our musicians who are out here tonight. Thank you for all the marchers who came out tonight.
All right, so we're gonna welcome another speaker to the stage. Get up for Elijah. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Oh, sorry.
I just want to address something that I saw a few times on the march, and that is littering. I saw some of y'all throw some trash just on the street, and that's fucking wrong. How you gonna say, you have a plan, you're gonna trash it, you know what I mean? So I just wanna bring back your attention, and honestly, it's your reserve. If you see someone doing that, just say it. It's accountability. Hold them accountable. And there's trash to go around. I hold my shit in my pocket. I people want to know, hold that shit in my pocket. If you're not to throw the trash away, don't use it. That's all I gotta say myself.
Alright, thank you so much for saying that, because it is important that we do respect the land. Our indigenous brothers and sisters do care about this land. And we want to make sure while we are visitors here, because this is not our land, just let's make sure we take care of it. Alright? Make noise! Alright, give it up for Colby! Give it up!
Tomorrow at 2 p.m. at Occidental Square, we'll march at 3. Might go a little later because there's a lot of events going on tomorrow. So, that might run a little late. But we might be starting a little later. 2 p.m. Occidental Square. Follow us on Instagram. Just Massachusetts Day LaBelle. Our spell is not in English, so follow my personal Instagram. It's Colby.wms.
No, you're totally fine.
I post everything to both my personal and the Instagram, and so you can follow that there. Also, if you guys like to support the group, the cash and the Venmo for the group is BBL121, and anything else. Tomorrow, Occidental Square.
Again, that's 2 p.m. Occidental Square tomorrow on Saturday. So we're going to have a special song close us out tonight. And please make some noise for our next guest to the stage. This is right here.
Thank you to friends for being here. I just want to share a blessing song with all the people. As we seen yesterday, whose lives really matter. White supremacists were allowed to take over the White House, essentially. The Capitol building, just as good. When we're getting killed in the streets just for walking down them. I just glad everyone's here to make a stand against all this systemic racism. Tigray, thank you.
From Decolonized Science. It will be this Saturday at 12 p.m. It will be at the Laurelhurst Playfield Park. And it's next to the Seattle Children's Hospital. And they're talking about healthcare disparities and how a doctor, I believe they recently quit because of racism that was going on in our hospitals. And that impacts our Black and Indigenous kids the most with systemic racism, and then also our other kids of color. So please, if you can, we have 2 events tomorrow. There's one at 12 p.m. and then we have one at 2 p.m. Find out a way that you can connect, show up for people who cannot physically be here because we are still in a pandemic, and just use any privilege that you have to boost it and to educate people. And there's just one homework assignment that I will give you until next Friday. Please walk in love and peace. And that goes in everyday life. Please make sure you're kind to your neighbors because we are reestablishing what community looks like. And it starts off by being kind to each other, educating yourselves, and finding ways that you can truly help and impact the community. Thank you. Please be safe tonight. Thank you so much. All right. Please make sure that when you leave, you have a buddy or somebody. We do have the young ladies out here giving out flyers. Would you want to say something really quick? Let's say one more thing. Sorry.
I said a lot earlier, so I won't take up too much of your time. I know we're all cold and tired, but I really appreciate all of your guys' support. Again, we have another protest coming up in Olympia on the 22nd. We're planning it. Flyers will be coming out. You should hopefully see them online. I'll be passing them over to Trey. Still have them, and then hopefully we'll see a lot of support out there. We really need a diverse crowd out there. It's great that we have our community out there, but the more outreach we do, the more of other communities we have coming, the more awareness we'll bring to this cause, and then we won't have another atrocity like Rwanda. So me and my sister will be up here handing out flyers for anybody who didn't get any. So if you need one, just come on up and we'll hand it to you. Thank you again, guys.
Thank you. Peace and love. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Thank you.
They go together.
Great.
I don't know if you can even read this. I don't know. I'll post that on my Instagram later. Alright, y'all. It's the end of another BAC. Thank y'all for joining us. And I will see everybody at the next event, wherever the fuck that is.
Help impact Black communities in real time. So any support that you can give us, our cash, our Venmo is BAC-2020. All the funds go to protesting, also to mutual aid so that we can truly help the community. And it starts by us taking care of each other. And, you know, anything would be appreciated. And they continue to boost our information. And again, thank you for tuning in tonight.
Facts. Thank you. Okay, I put the Venmo in the post to you guys. They do amazing mutual aid. I helped them out on the 26th, and we gave a lot back to the community. So follow them, Instagram, donate if you can. Love, peace, chicken grease. I love you guys. I'll be back on my shit. I'll be back, motherfuckers. Bye.